Rob, semi-final place assured. Now the target is home semi-final and to finish this regular season with a real bit of momentum behind you. Yeah,
we've got some challenges because obviously we've still got to collect some points at the home semi-final, which is obviously massively important. Everyone who is involved in the Premiership knows the value of that game. But we've also got some challenges to make sure that we don't kind of take our foot off the gas, that then we can't recover from some momentum that's going to be very important going into those final few weeks. Now the balance of how we do that's very, very interesting. Obviously we don't want to injure players and we don't want to play guys who are not firing and fully fit, so we've got to make sure we keep an eye on that. But we've also got to look at making sure that the way we play and the structures we play to, and the way the players approach the game and their attitudes and the way we focus on what we want to achieve is something that's kind of on the up.
You're in it a lot earlier this time. Are you going to have a different approach to it all? Will it be different in some ways?
Yes and no. I think obviously you look at it now and you kind of go, well, what does common sense tell you? Common sense kind of says to me that if we've got a player who's got a little bit of a niggle or a little bit of a knock, it seems silly to not force them out the field, but risk kind of seeing right until the last minute whether they're going to be fit for the weekend, when we can actually focus on getting them 100% fit over a couple of week period. Obviously that's one very common sense thing that comes out, but of course the other common sense thing that comes out is how we make sure that our physical and our mental kind of preparation and the positivity we get from that can be at the absolute peak. And those are things we've got to keep an eye on as well. But as I say, we've got to keep an eye on them without just thinking that the games don't matter. The games are actually the most important part of our preparation, and I think that's the thing we've got to keep focusing on. At the time you can really challenge yourself to become a better player. Yes, you can do it in training, of course you can, but the time you can really do it is in a game. And I think we've talked about this a number of seasons, we've talked about it already this year. That's 5 games left is the blink of an eye in a player's career, and this regular season will be gone. It's minutes. It's not days and days of preparation. It's minutes. It's minutes of those opportunities to play in big games, like a game at Welford Road. We've got a couple more sellout games here. We're back at Wasps here in a sellout game in 2 weeks' time. We've got some big games. We should really enjoy taking part in those games and making sure we're enjoying every single minute of it to get better. And by doing that, that will give us our best chance to win a semi-final. And by doing that, will give us our best chance to be competitive in the final. And we've got to make sure we have a focus on the whole processes we need to go through to be very, very good.
Rob, you've talked about in the past when you've gone to Leicester, they've been like the acid test. They've been English rugby's most decorated club over the years. They're in different fortunes this year, but by and large there'll still be some tests at the weekend, won't there?
Yeah, because I think most people will look at the quality of the squad they've got and just go, when's it all going to click a little bit? I think a lot of people are looking at them like that. And I think also you've got to appreciate Leicester are a team that can come out fighting. It's very rare you see them stay down for very long. There's been plenty of times where they've had so many international players missing that they've not done so well for a period, and then all of a sudden you'll see them go from 4th from bottom to winning the Premiership. They've done that plenty of times, and I think that's something that we've got to be aware of, but we've also got not to get so focused on it that we forget what we've got to aim to do. And we've got to aim to play some good rugby in the way we play, put them under some pressure in certain ways, and look to score points. When we're ambitious and we look to score points for a decent side, when we look to go and manage our way through a game and see what's there for us, we get ourselves in a little bit of a pickle. So we've got to talk very positively about what we want to achieve in this game and go there to attack it and see what we can get out of it.
And as you say, these challenges that are coming up, as a playing group, this is one that must excite you, isn't it? You want to go to these sort of places over these last few weeks.
Exactly, it should do, and I think that's the key. The key for us to focus in this, as I say, how we can improve day by day and week by week and performance by performance. As I said, once we've played Leicester, there's 4 games left, and also 4 games you start to realise that this season is there. It's there. There's 4 clubs going to play in the semi-finals. Well, those 4 teams you get there, the end of the season is completely in their hands. You've got a couple of weeks where everything is in your hands to see if you want to become champions of England. We know already we're in a semi-final, so the reality is where this season ends up is kind of in our hands. We can decide how good we want to be over the next 5 weeks. We can decide how good we want to be in a semi-final. If we decide to be really good in a semi-final, we then have the opportunity to decide we're going to be good in a final. And we should be getting excited about that. But as I said, at the same time, let's get excited about the day-by-day stuff. The most important seasons and the best seasons are the ones that you never want to finish. because they feel so good and they feel like they've got a real flow about them, and we're achieving things together. And that's the kind of season we want to be building now.
And obviously you're seeing the strength of your squad, like Monday's game with the A-League was an outstanding result. You're getting players back. The squad's looking strong at the right time of year.
It is. We've got. I mean, if you watch training today, we had an awful lot of players out on the grass. Not everybody fit to play this week, but a lot of them running around, playing rugby, handling the ball. We didn't have many guys, on a physio bed, which is fantastic today. Now, ongoing, we're going to pick up little niggles, we're going to pick up injuries, but you've got to just keep kind of going with the flow and keep running. And it's interesting that every opportunity for someone to play sometimes creates that opportunity where someone just suddenly plays in a Premiership final or a Premiership semi-final, and those are fantastic things for us to enjoy as well. And that will happen week by week. The squad will not. We're not going to roll through, no matter how much we want to, with just 23 fit players we can pick every week. There's going to be some challenges, and there's some challenges for the group who are outside that 23 every week as well, because ultimately they're going to have a huge part to play in whether we go well at the end of the season. The quality of the guys who get disappointed week by week is a huge factor, and all of these things are things we've got to be prepared to talk about on an ongoing basis now. And
one of those guys that's out there, Sam Simmons, how close is he now?
Well, he's getting there. I mean, again, he's running around, he's changing direction, he's moving pretty quickly, but it's so difficult in the end stage of rehab from a serious injury. He's still got to do some stuff. He's tackled people to the floor on bags, and he's hitting the floor a little bit. I could say to you the next 3-4 weeks, but it'd be remiss of me to say it, because if at any stage he gets any reaction, things are going to slow him down. Does he look like he could have some input before the end of the season? Yes, but that's here and now with, as I say, 6-7 weeks worth of time still to go. Let's see how he goes. I think I don't want to put undue pressure on a guy who's getting himself back to being a rugby player.